told it, or I may have told it. It's just a story. And over in Africa, there was a man by the name of Priambi. And he was a great hunter. He had killed nearly any kind of animal that you can think of. He put the skins on the wall or put them in his house, used them to support and make his house. But he never killed a leopard. And so one day he made up his mind that he was going to find a leopard, and he was going to kill a leopard, and he was going to bring that leopard skin home. And so he ranged further than he'd ever gone before. And finally he found some leopard tracks, and he began to follow those leopard tracks. Finally he got to where he felt he was close to the leopard. He began to listen closely. He became very alert. He became very cautious. He knew he was up against a dangerous creature. Amen. He knew he had to be very careful, or instead of taking the leopard skin, the leopard would take his life. But finally he faced the leopard, and the leopard leaped, and he took his spear and drove it home, and he slew the leopard. And he began to skin that leopard out. And he was proud he was going home with a leopard skin. But as he knelt over the leopard, there was some feeling that came over him. A cold chill. He felt like somebody was watching him. And so he wheeled around, and there, not far away, was a very tiny little baby leopard. And he finished skinning the leopard, and he picked that little baby leopard up, and he took it home with him. As he entered the village, the chief came out, and he was very proud that Priambi had killed the leopard and brought the skin home. But when he saw the little leopard, he said, "You should never have brought that little leopard back here. That thing is dangerous." He said, "It's just a baby." He said, "Yeah, but a leopard is a leopard." And it began to grow. He had a little girl that was just an infant. It grew with the leopard in his home, and they became constant companions. And every once in a while, the chief would pass by, and he would tell him, "Priambi, you better get rid of that leopard. Can you hear me talking? You better get rid of that leopard. Amen. You better get rid of that iniquity. You better get rid of that sin." Amen. And so he said, it's just a companion for my child. It means no harm. Amen. It's not going to do any harm. Just leave him alone, chief. He'll be all right. And as I said, they continued to grow. Finally, one day they were outside the village just a short ways, and that little girl with her companion, the leopard, and it had grown to full size, but still it seemed to love the little girl, and the little girl seemed to love it. But she stumbled and she fell into some briars and cut herself up. And when she got up, the leopard went over and began to lick her. And when he licked her and tasted that blood, that natural wild instinct in him caused him to let out a roar that was heard all through the village. And when he roared, the little girl screamed. And the daddy heard that scream. She wasn't hurt, but she was afraid, and he ran toward that scream. He ran toward his child. He ran toward that leopard. And when he ran upon the scene, the leopard turned and leapt upon him and tore Priambi, and then ran off into the wild. And the chief came by and looked down at a dying Priambi and said, "Priambi, I told you a leopard is a leopard." And I'm going to tell you tonight, iniquity is iniquity. Sin is sin. Amen.